Are you and Anderson Cooper f***ing?
Welcome to Ms. Mojo Glow. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most awkward moments on Watch What Happens Live. Number 10, Ray Liotta shades Clint Eastwood. During a 2017 appearance on Watch What Happens, the Goodfellas star sits down with Andy Cohen and fellow guest Jennifer Lopez. While playing Plead the Fifth, Liotta coldly confesses that Sigourney Weaver was his worst kiss, and then he takes it a step further. When Andy asks him who he thinks is the most overrated actor of the 80s and 90s, Ray doesn't have to think twice about his answer.
As an actor?
As an actor.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood, probably.
Number 9. Chelsea Handler and Andy disagree. While stopping by the Bravo clubhouse, comedian Chelsea Handler and Andy have a little disagreement about, of all things, The Real Housewives. When Cohen makes a comment about Handler having the Housewives cast on her own talk show, she shuts him down. She denies ever having any members of the Bravo franchise on, and even calls the whole thing sick. With lots of finger pointing and rebuttals, the conversation goes around in circles. The tension eventually diffuses, and the two appear to agree to disagree. But knowing the whole thing could have turned explosive left viewers squirming.
No,
She was on last
you're
night.
projecting.
She was on last night.
No, I wasn't hosting. That was a guest host that booked her.
Okay.
Number 8. Amber Rose makes Andy sweat. As host extraordinaire, Andy Cohen is used to unabashedly asking his guests hard-hitting and invasive questions. When Amber Rose comes by the clubhouse, she takes the opportunity to give the host a taste of his own medicine. Armed with a burning question of her own, she flat out asks the Bravo exec producer about his relationship with BFF Anderson Cooper. The query causes Andy to turn 100 different shades of red, even taking a moment to give himself a facepalm. Much to Rose's disappointment, he says no. But it's satisfying to see Cohen being played by his own game.
Are you and Anderson Cooper f***ing?
Number 7. Dwight Eubanks flashes Andy. There's a good reason why Watch What Happens Live airs late at night. When the Real Housewives of Atlanta star, NeNe Leakes' personal stylist, Dwight Eubanks, visited Andy, things got a little R-rated. What starts off as an innocent question about his eyelash extensions takes a turn when Eubanks reveals that he's also had another type of extension.
What are your other extensions?
Well, you know I had some surgery done.
Talk to me about that.
He nonchalantly stated that he had an implant added to a certain appendage. Dwight even goes the extra mile and drops his drawers to show Andy. It should be noted that the flash was a consensual moment between the pair, but it's still awkward nonetheless. Number 6. Patti LuPone critiques Madonna. As one of the biggest Broadway icons of all time, Patti LuPone has become well known for her frankness. During her live interview, a fan called in, asking the two-time Tony winner if she and Madonna ever talked about playing Eva Perón. In the late 70s, Patti played the Argentine political figure in the musical Evita, while Madonna played her in the 1996 film version. Andy follows up the question by asking her thoughts on Madame X's portrayal, and things get catty. LuPone went on to call her a movie killer. Yikes. Seems there's no love lost between these two divas.
She's dead behind the eyes. She cannot act her way out of a paper bag. She should not be in film or on stage.
Number 5. NeNe Leakes versus Kim Zolciak. It's no mystery to Bravo fans that former Real Housewives of Atlanta co-stars, NeNe Leakes and Kim Zolciak, aren't too fond of each other. In one of Leakes' earliest appearances on the show, Zolciak calls in and the gloves come right off. For nearly 3 minutes, the two battle it out, throwing shades, insults, and clapbacks at each other.
You got it wrong because you called me a drag queen, and you think that I called you one. You called me a drag, but I am a beautiful drag queen, boo.
Number 4. Sonia Morgans' burlesque performance. If there's one thing the Real Housewives of New York love, it's putting on a show. When Sonia Morgans stops by the clubhouse, she pulls out all the stops to make her appearance a memorable one. Decked out in a corset and matching cowboy hat and boots, Ms. Morgan shimmies and shakes her way through an awkward burlesque routine. Even Andy, who has seen just about everything, is perplexed by the odd performance. Although it's not her finest moment, we still love Sonia and are happy. Number 3. Zoe Kravitz calls out Lily Allen. In one of the most talked about moments in Live's history, Zoe Kravitz drops some startling revelations about British pop singer Lily Allen. After a caller brings up Alan's autobiography, where she mentions that she and the Big Little Lies star kissed, Zoe's response instantly grabs our attention. From here, she attempts to set the record straight by alleging that the gesture was not consensual, but an attack on Lily's part. It's another jaw-dropping moment that made headlines after it aired, and left viewers squirming over all the potency of the tension-filled reveal.
So you weren't thrilled? Did you read the book?
I don't think anybody read the book.
Okay.
Number 2, Brandy Glenville throws wine at Jeff Lewis. Whenever Brandy Glenville joins Andy for a sit-down, you can guarantee that drama will be sure to follow. Except this time, it's warranted. Designer and reality star Jeff Lewis starts by making a mean-spirited comment about Brandy's sexual health, but she gets her revenge. Holding a glass of wine, she calls him out on his behavior and then proceeds to throw the beverage in his face. Rarely without words, Lewis is left speechless. Andy steps in to mediate the situation, and although things never get more out of hand than this, the tension is palpable.
I'm sorry. I was kidding. It was a joke.
Number 1. Titus Burgess defends Eddie Murphy. It was the Watch What Happens Live episode heard around the world. While promoting his new movie, Dolomite Is My Name, Titus Burgess joined Andy and Laverne Cox. When Cohen brings up Burgess's co-star, Eddie Murphy's problematic past regarding the LGBTQ+ community, Titus shuts it down.
Did you get to chat with him at all? Because he was very...
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, of course. Well, no, I just wonder if you got close at all, because he was very problematic for the gays at one point when I was coming up.
Oh, I see. He wasn't problematic for Titus.
Defending Murphy, he explains that his experience working with the actor was positive. While moving on from the conversation, Titus appears to whisper or mouth words to someone off screen, which Andy clocks.
What are you saying, Titus?
Keep going, girl. Do your show.
The heated moment was made even hotter when Titus took to Instagram later. He called the Bravo Titan a messy queen, saying he could learn from Anderson Cooper about how to do his job. This moment will be remembered as one of the cringiest in the Bravo universe, and one that fans are still gossiping over to this day.